hot dogs. We're gonna have 3 minutes to finish. Okay.
If you just suck that for 3 minutes, that'd be alright.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
You want my dick? You want my dick? You want? Fucking take my dick.
Okay. What is that, sweet tea? Does that make it go down easier?
Yeah. Have you ever eat what, you want a cup?
No, I haven't. Whatever you're about to say, I haven't.
Plain hot dog?
No.
You want that? You want some water? You got
water. My first
You sure that's water? Let me have a taste.
I went against a fat comic last year.
Yeah, his name's Bob Biggerstaff.
I'm just fat. I'm not a comic, so.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Who's got the countdown? Anybody?
Put on a 3-minute
Neil?
clock. Anybody, please. Make it 2.5 minutes.
Hey Siri.
Somebody
set
count
my
it for
timer
3 minutes. We're gonna see these gentlemen eat. What is it? 25 apiece, or is 25 in total?
You hit start.
It's just 20 in total.
Hang on. Wait.
Right.
You're dipping stuff?
Oh, yeah, dude, that's
Hey, he's got all these weird cups, all these potions going on. It's like a fucking scientist.
I'm ready when you're ready.
Did I put your dog here?
Yeah.
No, my dog don't eat this.
He's already got one in hand. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's get fat.
Let's go!
That's right. Stansel's coming out with a
Oh,
fucking
Stans,
easy
let's
one.
go!
He's already coming with the water.
Don't fuck
This
up,
guy's
let's
making
go!
a fucking mess with the tea.
counting?
It's ridiculous.
You're embarrassing us.
Ketchup, maybe?
He's kicking
Ketchup
your
is
ass
too late.
already.
You only
Let's
got
go!
3 minutes. Oh, wow. This guy's just putting them down like he does every night.
He's gonna burp a glove. He's gonna
Oh,
figure you
wow.
later. Let's go!
God. This guy better not get pulled over. He'd have a hard time in prison.
You're slobbering all over yourself.
I just bought these shoes, Stancil. Let's not do this.
You're not even winning. It's the most embarrassing.
I hope
thing I've
that
ever
wristwatch
seen
is
in my life.
fucking liquid free. Let's go. Wow, dude, he's really sucking them down. That's crazy.
It's so embarrassing. You're embarrassing.
Don't worry about him. Worry about what's on your plate.
Come on, Stan.
We can't cook these later. They're already on the bud.
What are you
Stancil,
doing?
Stancil,
Let's go.
Stancil, Stancil,
You're
Stancil.
pissing me off already. Let's go.
Let's go. How much money you got on the line? You got $2 grand on the line.
What's that tiny guy?
He's got $2,000 on the
Let's
line.
go. Look at the picture. Is it okay? This is not against the voice. It's fucking in the 400 plus.
Other people have to perform up here. What are you doing?
Oh, you suck. You're embarrassing me. I fucking hate you.
Ugh.
Call it. You're a fucking disgrace.
How many minutes has it been? We got 1 minute and 39 seconds left for you to finish all these plates. Wow, if you barf on the stage, you know other people have to perform up
I'm
here.
not going to hot dogs already. Let's go. You
Pick up that piece. It has a shoe print on it.
This guy sucks.
Yeah, this guy, wow, he's gonna do this plate. He's got 1 minute and 20 seconds to finish all 25 of these hot dogs. Wow, buns and all. This guy is gonna be taking a fat dump in the morning. I don't even want to put the phone. I don't want to put the phone back down. It's just covered in tea. Is that what you do? Are you dipping it in tea?
Who's like? I don't like this.
Whose idea was this? Everybody's.
Did you put mustard on?
I don't know. Dude, he's gonna finish all these dogs. How many dogs have you
What are you
finished, Stancil?
doing?
Stancil, you don't torture yourself anymore. It's over. It's over. You don't have to torture yourself.
I'm just watching this champion.
Yeah.
I can do it.
You can do.
This is embarrassing.
I can do it. Fuck Bob. Hey, fuck Bob Biggerstaff.
Make it a cock and pretend it's. Go put it in your
Well,
mouth.
that's why he's doing so good. He's feeding it to the dog. Yeah, what a fucking cheater. We should have left the dog on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here comes 2 big wieners right in his mouth. Oh, suck him down.
We don't even mess around.
Dipping them in tea, dipping the bread right in the tea.
Oh, soak it up.
I see something
Daddy.
steaming. Is that the tea?
Oh,
Is that hot tea?
Don't go up.
Wow, so he's dipping in hot tea. It's not even cold. What does that do? Does it decompress?
pro, dude.
3, 2, 1. Literally over. Wow. Good champions.
So Stancil, is that why it was so hard? Because you had to dip hot dogs in hot tea?
Yep, that was it.
That's what, that's what made it difficult, huh?
That
was
and
it.
Mushy bread, just
that
all.
fucking Robert Downey Jr. yelling at him the entire time.
Oh my god!
Fucking
Yeah.
Victor was a great part of that. One of the funniest 3-minute segments of my life.
I would like to see Victor in a
Retarded hype
boxing
man.
competition. And just hear
Yeah.
him yelling in the background. Like that made the videos. That was so fucking funny. I laugh every time I hear him. You suck. just yelling at Stancil, just making it 10 times worse, already going up against a fucking champion.
Yeah, I mean, you really you knew you weren't gonna put a dent in that. I mean, going into it, right, and just kind of make it as absurd as possible.
Yeah, I
Is that the
guess.
plan? You tried as hard as you could. I mean,
I tried as hard as I could. Again, just like against bigger staff, I'm a sports entertainer. I'm there for the people.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This man is an accomplished athlete.
Yeah.
I'm a psychic freak.
Joining us, the smorgasbord, aka George Chiger, and
Ladies
I
and
did say CH, ladies and gentlemen. He's here. Champion. This guy does the Nathan. Now, how many years have you been doing that? Nathan's hot dog eating competition. That's on Coney Island, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
out on Coney Island. So I qualified. My rookie year was 2018, and so I've competed the last 3 years, and this is going to be my 4th year out there for 2021.
Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to watching you, man. A good hang, hell of a weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Whew.
one hell of a weekend. It was a great time.
I think I'm still hungover.
It's possible. You guys built Stancil up. I was actually nervous because you're like, oh, Stancil won our other food eating competition last year, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, there might be some competition here. And
Right.
But it was a good time. Stancil, you're a great sport with it. I love how all your peers just ripped you the fuck apart. Like, 100%.
Great friends. That's what friends are for. Great
we all knew that was going to
supporters
happen. It's so much competition, but like you said, he's a showman. So he's up there. He has 100% confidence. Of course, people are going to rip him apart because they know
If
he's going to
I had
lose.
my entrance like last year, I probably could have put a bigger dent into that.
Yeah, you would have had to break your way through.
Destroyed me if you rolled in like last year. Like Joey Chestnut rolling in, 4th of July, being carried on people's shoulders and everything.
That's good night. What is he, a fucking elephant?
You had an entrance?
Yeah, do you have a big entrance when they announce you to the stage?
I mean, I got my little 10-second intro, and George Shays, spitting a bunch of stuff about me. You could last year's intros on my Facebook page. I have it, or my TikTok. There's the little ESPN intro going on. You could see it. Nothing crazy like Joey being carried in on 6 dudes' shoulders or whatever.
That's just ridiculous. Like, who comes up with that idea?
I don't know. I mean, we have writers, and everyone's trying to just do the best they can to make things happen. And of course, they want to highlight the #1 guy in the world. So,
Mead, if you can hear us, your mic is muted.
My mic's muted?
No, Mead. Aunt Mead's mic is muted.
Okay.
Gotcha.
There we go.
There you go. I saw him talking. I was like, fuck. Second show back, boys. Second show back after a long weekend. Mics are muted.
Well,
Mike's muted. Wi-Fi doesn't work. Yep.
Well,
try to
I
get
wouldn't
a
have it
mic.
any other way.
That's all right
If I
though.
get a
But so you're preparing for when exactly is the Nathan's hot dog?
It's July 4th. every
July
year, right?
4th. That's
live
every.
at Newton,
So
Yeah.
where?
on ESPN worldwide.
So this was just a little, this was just for fun. This was maybe just a little exercise, little stretch your legs a bit with the eating the dogs. But what have you really been doing to prepare every year? Like, what's your regimen?
Right.
So we call it hot dog season. Starts about April. Quit drinking. Much
This
as I
whole
can.
season for it.
Yeah,
whole
before he was like,
season.
he's the competitive eating season is from December to January. I was like, that's a year.
I've been in season for about 18
actually,
months.
It's from February to December, our eating season, and then so we get 2 months off in the winter. But hot dog season rolls in about April. I try to change my my diet, my drinking habits, all that fun stuff that you enjoy in life that I got to get rid of because I'm an athlete. And we go into weekly training rounds to work on technique and speed, and then usually there's qualifiers going on. So once we qualify, we'll ramp up our training, do 2 weeks. So we do 2 hot dog runs a week at the local hot dog trailer, me and my mentor Laurel Marie, and we just keep trying to increase our quantity
and our technique on speed. So
and everything like that.
I think this is fucking amazing. Bro.
This is insane. So
this is just like Laurel Marie is the name. Is he like a French expatriate? Like,
right?
Is it like a kickboxer training where he puts you like split up on like bricks and fucking feed you hot dog? I want a training montage for this so bad. I really do.
Yeah, that would be amazing too. So I mean, just today, just scrolling through your Twitter or whether it was that new Facebook group, you were having like 3 or 4 plates of Asian food at noon, and then next thing I know, a couple hours later, you're eating tacos. So you mixing it up with different foods just to make hot dog, because I know hot dogs can go down easy compared to tacos. So is that something like you do?
I mean, hot dogs are definitely easier. Like, it's a very techniquey food with the hot dogs and buns. But like on my new Facebook group, Chiger Eats with friends, we, we're posting just regular food out there. So that's the main thing, is just to show everybody what, I eat, what you eat, what everybody
Right.
eats.
You don't only eat hot dogs. Like,
Right.
I'm a normal person too. I'm out here dining. Now that's got to get expensive. I mean, that's a lot of fucking food at those restaurants, right?
It is. I go broke feeding myself, unfortunately. That's why I'm always looking for sponsors and community help.
Right. I mean, the way you feed yourself is somebody could feed a family of 5.
Oh, easy.
Right.
Easy, 100%.
Well, what fun would that be, really?
Right.
Right.
So, but Laurel Marie's actually a female competitor. She's ranked 30 in the top,
nice
in the world. And
you're 15th in the world, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm currently 15th in the world. 18th, 2018, I actually debuted 18th in the world. I went up to 12th in the world, and now I'm at 15th. So I'm hoping to change that.
Wow.
Because, I mean, the top, 5 to 20 guys, women, we're so close. We're talking ounces. A couple people leapfrogged me because they qualified with a half a hot dog or a quarter hot dog more than I consumed. So it changed.
So it's total food eaten for the world rankings.
Yep. Yeah,
wow.
overall,
wow.
Because I've consumed 14 pounds of poutine in Canada. I've eaten 138 Hostess donuts in six minutes. 38 bratwurst in 10. 142 wings in 12. I just came back from Florida. Ate 50 or 35 ears of sweet corn in 10 minutes. So we kind of eat everything. 8 pounds of.
Now, is that corn on the cob?
Yep, corn on the cob.
Now, was there a judge in that situation? Like, how do you judge? Like, there's got to be every kernel off that cob, right?
Right. So there's
that had to be a hell of a dump.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
at least you could track it.
Yeah.
That's what Stancil does
from that competition.
Stancil eats a little corn every once in a while just to see how it's.
Find lunch.
Yeah.
I call it tracers.
Yeah.
Tracer rounds.
When did I have that?
Like tracer rounds, so you can figure out when that meal makes its way.
But with, like anything we eat, hot dogs, you got to eat equal bun to equal dog to make it count. With the corn, there's multiple. There's like 4 different techniques, but you have to eat 75% or more of the cob to get credit. And we have an independent judge that comes in and judges the contest. So.
Now, what's the craziest food competition you think you've ever been in? Like, as far as food wise, and who maybe you were up against? I mean, there had to be something insane.
Well, I mean, competition wise, I would say Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest. I mean, that's the Super Bowl of my sport.
That's true. Here. It is the biggest one.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever done like a crawfish or maybe like a lobster, something you had to pick apart and work at, not just shove in your mouth? Like where they, maybe like a buffalo wing.
The wings, yeah.
Right. Yeah, the wings.
Wings are techniquey. Like I said, 142 wings at Buffalo Wing Fest in 2018. I didn't get to go back for 2019. Hope to be back there for,
how many minutes?
Together for 2021. What's that?
How many minutes? 142 wings?
12 minutes, but so
I won a few hot wing contests in my day.
Like 7 pounds.
They should give you free rent at a zoo.
You don't do spicy food. Okay.
Yeah. I remember you saying that on Sunday that you don't do spicy because I asked you about the pepper competition if you'd ever do one of those. And
no, I'm not.
You quickly denied that. Now, is there a reason for that, or you just can't handle it, or does it just fuck up your stomach to where you can't eat too many?
I've never been into spicy hot food. I don't get the point of it. There's a lot of, chili heads out there that I communicate with. I've been on, their, podcast, Katie Priedemann, she's, a competitive eater, Seattle Eats out of the West Coast, and she loves the spicy stuff, but
right.
I'm just not into beating my body up. Like, I mean, I beat my body up enough,
Yeah, I'm about to say, I mean,
5 hot dogs and buns for breakfast. The sodium, hit me and knocked me out today. But I've seen people, they eat all that spice, they get the cramps, they got to go soak in the tub. They just destroy their body for, days. And I'm not into that by any means.
Right.
I ate 3 wings one time, and the challenge was 6. And I ate 3 of these. Mind you, this place has since been shut down, we believe, because of this. And I almost had to go to the hospital. I was riding naked in my room all night, and hot and cold, and I literally had to get my room. Yeah,
it a spirit
and that
journey.
was 3 wings.
Yeah, that definitely does not sound fun by any means.
Well,
it messes you up, man.
In their defense, they literally showed us a YouTube video of the last participant crying on the floor,
He was puking all over the restaurant because it was after hours. He was crawling around
and
puking.
Stancil was just like, yeah, well, that's fine, I'll do it.
I had a buddy of mine eat 2 ghost peppers that I had grown when I was living in Texas, and he was rolling around on the carpet for hours, just screaming in pain. And then the next day, I was looking for him and I couldn't find him, and all of a sudden I just heard him screaming from the bathroom in pain again.
Yeah,
and I was like, why?
Well, I think you know why, because it's probably coming out, I assume.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I just got to burn like a motherfucker, man. I mean,
I thought you were gonna say you found him hanging in the garage.
that would have been way better.
Because of hot.
He wouldn't call me all the time.
All right, I'm gonna try this.
I know you consider this a sport, and a lot of people do, and I would myself. I mean, it's a lot of fucking prep work that goes into the kind of thing. Do you ever have a bad day or a bad competition where you're like, fuck, sure, man, like I could have done better, or you wake up not feeling bad or prep for the game?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some rough days rolling into competition days. You want to get a good night's sleep, and your boys are coming into town to watch you compete, and they're like, oh, we'll be here at 10, and they show up at 2:00 in the morning, all drunked up and everything. It's like, you guys couldn't just wait to 7 a.m. when I had to get up, so I look for the the good night's sleep before, but I had an off practice last week. All season I've been eating 20 hot dogs in less than 5 minutes. The other day it took me 10 minutes to eat 17 hot dogs and buns, and it just, you have on off day, Laurel Marie had an off day today. Instead of her eating her 20 hot dogs and buns, she ate a little less today. So it happens, but weather plays a factor. You may not believe it, but
the pressure in the air and everything like that. It has to do with, how bloated your stomach is going to be and everything like that.
I think, I practice in the mountains, and then when I get to Coney Island, sea level. So it's, I think that completely changes the whole thing, the crowd, the temperature.
No shit. Do you actually do practice at high elevation? Is that's your thing?
Well, I mean, I live in the Poconos. I wouldn't call it high elevation.
Well, right. Okay.
But,
high enough though.
Not like
Coney Island.
It's not like Kenyan distance running. I mean, you're not on the high plains.
Yeah, but it's a big event though. Every year.
No, it's a huge event. I'd say that's pretty much the Super Bowl of competitive eating, right? I mean,
right.
Oh, definitely, it's the big game of competitive eating.
Yeah, what are the
have to pay royalties
what are
to the big game?
Sansel, I know what you're.
Yeah, what are the majors? What are the majors of eating? Can you hear me through this mic, or is it just?
You sound fine. I mean, you sound like you're in a fucking cave because you're in a bathroom, but you
sound like you're in a bathroom.
It's okay. That's fine.
So
we all know you're in a bathroom because there's a hair dryer
competitive
behind you that you
eating,
just got done using.
So
we know you're here. It's fine. You sound good.
Sorry. Sorry, George.
So, I know my screen's popping. My speakers are popping. Is that an issue, guys?
No, I can't hear it through my headphones.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So the majors, what we're going into, meaning, leading up to the event, or what?
What are the
Like
what are the
in
major
golf, it's
competitions besides
British Open, U.S. Open, Masters.
Oh, I
You
see
know,
what you're
what are the
saying.
big
So,
events?
I mean, for Nathan's, normally there's 20 qualifiers, regional qualifiers across the country, and then each, whoever wins that qualifier moves on to the finals. I'm only allowed to participate in 3 of those qualifiers a year if I don't qualify. But once you win, your regional qualifier wherever you're at, I'm moving on to the big game. But through the course of the year, I mean, last year, 2020, we brought in red beans and rice in New Orleans. I ate 12 pounds. It was 21 and a half bowls or something in 10 minutes for red beans and rice. 12 and a half pounds. As I was happy with that. Tied for 5th place. But I mean, we just travel and eat food. That's what we do. Get out there and of course, on my YouTube channel, I got food challenges. During quarantine, I was doing a bunch of stuff at home. We were talking about corn. I ate 15 pounds of corn in like 45 minutes out of the big number 10 cans. Nice. The videos on YouTube there. Just try to keep the capacity, keep that stomach stretched and working the jaw muscles.
Right. All right. Let's all be really quiet for a minute, and we're gonna see whose microphone is popping. Pop.
Beep. Pop.
Oh, I just smorgasbord. Is there any way to turn it down? Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let's. Yeah.
It'd be hilarious if he actually was making popcorn right now.
Yeah. He was just getting ready to dominate some fucking popcorn.
Yeah. When you guys talk, my side's
Redenbacher's butter free. Going in dry.
Better or no?
Yeah.
It's a little better. Yeah.
A little better. Who cares?
Still pop it, but it's fine.
Roll with it.
You sound good. Your voice dominates the popcorn, so no big deal. So all right. So we got coming up the Nathan's, of course, July 4th. Now, at what point do you start prepping? I know you're already prepping now, but at what point do you turn off your phone? You meditate, or what the fuck do you do to get into your head? You gotta feel good because you want to be better than 15th in the world, right? You want to fucking get up there and make top 10, right? So what do you do to kind of prepare for something like that? Because, like you say, if you debuted in 2018, I mean, you're fairly new to this. I mean, you got a chance.
Years old.
It'd be hilarious if he's doing his training and he starts getting chased by like the Oscar Mayer executives.
Like the Oscar Mayer truck. Like, have you seen that thing?
In Rocky 4, they're chasing him in the Oscar Mayer truck. He's running through snow, like trying to lift a fucking wagon with his wife on it.
We were talking on Sunday. I was like, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, 24 to 48 hours out, I switched to like liquid diet. That's the big thing to get yourself cleaned out. I'm going to do a practice run on the 2nd. That's going to be the last time I'm probably going to eat solid food. On the 2nd.
So what consists of the liquid diet? Maybe some chocolate milk, regular milk, cum. I mean, what?
Well, I'm not into what you're into.
Don't give away my diet.
I'm not going to consume cum or chocolate milk or anything, but the
high protein diet.
Protein. I'm going to consume some protein shakes, muscle milk, stuff like that, just to maintain some calories for a few days out. But
right.
it's really mentally, going to be try to get in my head and relax the night before, get a good night's sleep. Keep the earbuds in all day, on the trip over to Coney, trying to avoid talking to, my competitors and just, get into my zone, knowing that I need to go out and, finish in the top 5.
Yeah.
To make a
now, do you not try to keep your stomach as stretched as possible, like leading up to the competition? I mean, how does that work? What's the days that it takes for your stomach to like get back to a smaller shape? And do you even want that to happen? Would the liquid diet do that or no?
It will help, but like, we also water train. So, I'm not going to step back from water training prior, your muscles your stomach's like a muscle. So, every day I try to stretch that muscle a little further, work it out, a couple times a day by consuming, gallons of water.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't eat for like 2 days over the weekend. for obvious reasons. And you know, I've been getting back into it. Can only have like half a sandwich today because your stomach shrinks, right? You know, especially if you take some, you know, high
The
profile
average
drug.
person's stomach shrinks, right? So, you know, because I think the average person might be, you know, 30 some ounces. You know, the guys that get the bypass, you know, the guys gastro bypass, you're down to 4 or 6 ounces. You know, I drink gallons in minutes.
Not quarts, gallons.
So I think I maintain, you know, a pretty healthy, you know, 240 ounce stomach year round ish. You know?
Now, Stan, so are you listening to this?
Yeah. I want to know: are there any? Have there been any cases of performance enhancing your stomach in an like opening up your stomach in an unnatural way?
I mean, you could ask Alex Engelbert about that.
Not that we've, you know, we don't get tested for anything. You would think, you know, some people just have tubes right from their throat out their ass, you know, the way they eat food.
Right.
But
right.
You know, unfortunately,
some
it has to
girls
stop in that stomach. So that's the, you know, the big thing. We have to keep it stretched. And
yeah, they're called women. There's just nothing in between. It's just
now
they're just a good looking.
Stancil knew a girl who had a tube from her mouth to her to the outside.
Got the shit out of her, literally.
Yeah, she had a colostomy bag.
Yeah.
Story.
Classic. Good stuff. You told that the first time you were ever on this podcast.
That's right. I think about it all the time.
So being that this is a sporting event, do they drug test you per se before you start the event, or what are the qualifications leading up to the event? Do you do a weigh-in?
We do have a weigh-in. I'll be in New York City on the 2nd to get weighed in. I'm not quite sure where the weigh-in is this year. Usually it's at the Empire State Building. Big media blitz, and, you know, tell everyone what's going on for the holiday.
Nice. Do you put on makeup before that?
No, all natural. You know.
Do they let your dog hang on your hip? Like,
you know, the dog won't be appearing at Nathan's this year.
Wow.
Down.
Did someone complain? Did a competitor complain about the dog? How, like, it was a violation or something?
No. The you know, Lupita actually competed with us the first time in Florida at Corn, and all the competitors were about it. You know, here's Lupita. She just jumped up on me.
Yeah.
So,
Sweetie.
You know, it's a new thing. She competes with me. You know, hangs out on my shoulder. You know, for the, you know, food challenges when I'm traveling. She's with me because I take her across the country with me, and you know, very fortunate she was able to compete at the sweet corn, so that was fun. But they're saying it's a no for the big show.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. I mean, they probably want, you know, especially for like camera photo options and everything like that. I mean, I could get their standpoint from that, but I would allow it. Who cares? Just don't feed it no hot dogs.
Right.
You know.
That's the whole point. She doesn't eat any of the human food stuff. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm like,
sure. You're fine. You're doing a lot better than Stancil. He's sitting on a toilet. He just showed the toilet. He's not even sitting on the lid. He's just got it open.
Yeah.
You never know.
I guess that's why he's been living since Saturday night after 4 hot dogs going up against you. At least it's
poor guy.
Fairly clean. Well, what's going on?
Jesus Christ.
Stick your head in there and do it again.
Give yourself a swirly. You deserve
really?
that.
Yeah, give yourself a swirly.
Don't do it. No.
Give yourself a swirly.
No, don't do that.
Swirly.
No.
Do it. Do it.
No. No.
Yeah. That's hairstyling 2021.
My penance for my Wi-Fi sucking.
It's okay.
Oh my God.
You're just there to give yourself swirlies.
He usually looks like he just had a swirly mostly all the time, but
I know. You look like he had a swirly last night with that party.
I wish I had a hair like he has, so I'm pretty jealous.
Yeah, you would have to plug the bowl.
Something else, huh?
Yeah.
On those little legs, he has those big calves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got those fucking those.
Yeah, there
those
they are. Let's see the calves.
Jesus Christ, those hams in his leg.
It does look
Like a
like a
heart
full
right
size
there.
turkey.
Yeah.
God, ugh.
Christ Almighty, I love it.
Just getting a
Just make
call.
that-
Just your opinion. I mean, we haven't really reviewed the secret
That's
show.
what I was just about to get into. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it, Pinky.
get into it. Yeah, you go ahead. You say your opinion on the show and the party.
Well, we've been doing
George.
these secret shows for, and I was very excited to have George there. We had something new and fresh going on. As sad for Stancil as it was, and for as impressive as it was for everybody else to watch George in the flesh doing his thing. What was your opinion of the secret show? We've been doing them all COVID long, trying to keep comedy alive and keep people happy and have a good time. We've gathered somewhat of a family for these things. What was your opinion of the festivities that took place at Secret Show? Just your idea.
What a great experience, to be able to come out. I was honored that you guys called me. Larry reached out with 24 hours notice. I felt like I was going back to Nathan's, with the 72 hours notice last year. But to roll in and to be, the what's the word I'm looking for? The reception.
You're the guest of honor. You were the guest of honor.
I didn't think about it. You guys started blowing it up on Twitter and across the media and rolling in, and people are like, "Oh, I know who you are. Yeah, we follow you," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh wow, this is crazy!" Like,
yeah, you had fans there.
I have a fan base, that transfers over from you guys to me, because your fans are following me, and I think I was really, kind of starstruck to be able to hang out with a lot of the guys at the show, but in the same token, like I was there to perform on stage, and it just, this is all new to me, right? Because I got into this in 2018, so the last few years, last year was kind of, shut down, but really the show was awesome. What a lineup, see some of my favorite comedians in person that I've never seen before live, and then just to interact and party, watch the sun come up, and just enjoy an epic weekend with everybody.
That we did.
You guys got something great going on with these secret shows, and I hope I get to come back for future ones, and you guys
absolutely,
of course,
to build these secret shows for you, because it's I know we're coming out of COVID and moving forward, right, and the world's opening up, so I hope that gives you guys allow this platform to grow these secret shows and just keep moving forward. I think it's awesome what you guys did over shutdown and pushed it.
We tried to create it as normal a place for people to go who kind of wanted to get away from the bullshit during this whole ordeal, and we absolutely would like to have you back. We're actually going to be working on combining our efforts in the tri-state area to have one either in Jersey or New York.
Nice.
Coming up, so people who are a little bit farther away or whatnot can get to it, and spread out our location. So I've had offers from people to do it at different areas, and we're going to look into that, and that's going to be kind of the next aim.
It'd be great because I don't see just because COVID going away or clubs opening back up. I don't see this type of thing ending. I mean, people get to come out, hang out. It's a fucking party. A lot of these guys get to practice their act in a different realm because they're in front of people who know who they are, and they just get to have fun and say shit they couldn't say in a comedy club. And it's a fucking blast. People come, Ellis from Philly comes all the way up from Philly every time.
Ellis and Tony come from Philly every single time, which is amazing to me. I love those guys. We have some diehards, but what surprised me last time is we had some fans who showed up who have never been to a secret show. People who were coming for the first time that enjoyed it and want to come back. And I think everybody's been realizing how fun these outdoor events can be. I love comedy clubs. I love dark, dirty, stinky rooms, people telling old fucking jokes, and that's one of my favorite things to do. But also these outdoor shows are getting some heat, getting some action, and a lot of people are enjoying them. So there's no reason to stop.
Right. And people just, even if they don't make it, they're just waiting to see the pictures and the chaos that ensues, because every time one of these events happen, there's always 2 or 3 stories we can tell from it.
Right.
That
This
just
being
some
one.
fucking chaos. Yeah, this was a huge fucking event this time. Everything went perfectly.
Right.
People got fucked up. Bud Light Limes. There's no food. There's no food.
We got a lot of heat. We got a lot of heat today.
Yeah. Kevin went on MLC.
Kevin had a lot of critiques. Had some critiques of the show.
We heard it.
He said he'll never go to Connecticut again. It's too long to drive there. He said he said Larry wasn't a good host because he didn't tell him when he was coming up. He didn't know when he was coming up. He said there was no Budweiser available. He was giving a Bud Light Lime.
Absolutely, Budweiser there.
There was Budweiser, but it was in a can. He didn't want it in the can. Maybe we made a special trip just for Don Jameson to get Miller Lite in a bottle. Why did we think that, text Kevin and be like, what do you want to drink? Somebody handed him a Bud Light Lime, and he did 30 minutes on his podcast about that.
Kevin loves it.
Kevin loves it.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have spent that much time talking about it if he didn't have fun. I've never seen Kevin smile that much, ever. I mean, at what other venue did Kevin Brennan sit in the rocks?
Yeah, he did. He started Gino Chant, and he was hanging out over there on Ribs Rock, having a blast, having some. Right. The National Monument.
Spread ashes in 3 months.
And remember, we said that we're going to put him in the doghouse.
You're right. I'm gonna put his ashes in the doghouse. Oh Christ, yeah. But I would like to have George be a mainstay at these events and take on all newcomers. And if that's
I can get multiple people, like
right,
that match.
There's nothing better at a comedy show than having an intermission of chaos.
Absolutely,
that was fucking great.
Yeah,
I'll assemble a super team of atomic super eaters.
Discussing this and working on it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take you guys on. We could do this.
Beautiful.
That's what I love about George. He'll take on anyone.
I'm a dancing monkey. 90% of the time. I'm a sideshow freak. But between us, within the sideshows, I mean, we're competitive, and it's a sport. We're out there trying to, just to push it. We're not the old school buffet busters that could sit down and eat 25 hot dogs. We're new school athletes that are pushing the limits.
I agree.
Of the
I think that's true. I mean, if they consider golf athletes, I mean, you guys are clearly fucking athletes. I mean, that's sport. You're just fucking.
If John Daly can be a competitive athlete,
right?
I count.
Clearly.
Jesus Christ, I count George in that realm as well. I feel like
really, I watched that, and George probably knows that was that fairly big documentary a year or two ago. It was mostly around Chestnut, but I think it was a few other guys. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The 30 for 30 on ESPN.
Yes, that's what it was.
Kobayashi and Joey, the rivalry.
He was into some serious shit. Now, is he overboard with that, or he seems like some of that was a bit over? Like, I can't imagine all you guys doing, like, putting on gloves and rolling around your living room, whatever the hell he was doing.
Well, I mean, that's what we're doing. I mean, we are pushing ourselves like Joey does. It's Joey's full-time gig. I'm trying to make
because he's got to be doing something, right?
Not there yet. So I think with like any, paid athlete that's a full-time gig, you're working on your technique every day. You're pushing yourself every day. So I believe Joey's doing it because Joey's beatable in other disciplines, but he is at the top of the hot dog game. He's going for his 14th win or 15th win. This year, the only person that's beat him since he's taken out Kobayashi about a decade ago is over a decade ago, I guess. He took out Kobayashi is Matt Stoney, and he's a YouTuber. He has a huge following, 16 plus million people on YouTube for Matt Stoney, and I think he could give Joey a run for his money. He's beat him a couple times in other events in the last 12 months. Jeffy Esper. Darren Breeden, they're all ranked, Jeff's second in the world, Darren's third in the world, and they've all beat Joey in other disciplines. and we really do push ourselves, and that's what made the difference. When I mean, I've been training with my mentor since 2010, just to push her as a sparring partner for the sport. And since I've been trying to qualify since 2015. I've had to change my training regimens different than hers to push myself, because the women and men are a little bit different. And, you know, so I've learned for myself, I need to push myself 365 days a year for my stomach capacity, working the jaw, working the, you know, the techniques. And that's made the difference for me to go to the big show. Oh my
big show. Smoked a lot this weekend.
That last puff off the cigar, but the so it's that's what it's about. You know, we're athletes. We got to train year round for our sport, keep it going, and that's what happened to me last year. Rolling in, you know, we didn't know what was going on. I actually started training January, February. March came up. We all got locked down. I stopped training, started drinking. You know, fully through my, training camp off. And then when I got notified, hey, we're having it, but you're not invited. We're only taking the top 6 people. Hey, great, no problem. I stayed drunk for 3 weeks because, I was just depressed. I wasn't going to Coney, but it was happening. And then I got the phone call.
One of us.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how it is, but I mean, just from talking to you this weekend and even the way you're talking now, you have so much fucking love for the sport that I not for a second do I not believe that if you continue to push yourself, you can be in that top 10. I mean, it sounds like you're doing everything you possibly can to get to that position. And like you say, you guys are just literally like so close apart that it just takes, you're just one competition away from being in that top 10.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I finished, second place against a lot of these guys. I finished second place against Joey at, Shrimp Cocktail.
Mambo, win the shrimp cocktail.
The shrimp cocktail.
Do you have to rip the legs off of every shrimp, or do you just fucking shove the shrimp in, or they shrimp with no legs?
Are they detailed?
Yeah, are the shrimp detailed?
They're detailed. They're they're put into a a bowl. We have 12 ounces of shrimp. It's about 10 shrimp and 4 ounces of cocktail sauce. St. Elmo's famous cocktail sauce.
That's not much.
1 pound servings.
Yeah.
And you just go to town on it. It's at the Big Ten playoff game in Indiana.
How big are the shrimp?
What's that?
How big are the shrimp? You just said 10, only 10 shrimp. I could do 10 shrimp in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but it's 10 shrimp per serving, right? So I eat 80 shrimp.
Per serving.
And they're probably they're size of hot dogs, really, if you think about it, because they're like big number 10s. I would say they're size of the thumb. They're big shrimp. So I mean, they're not easy to eat. It's 30-some degrees out. When the ambient temperature is higher, it's easier to consume food, because at room temperature at 30-some degrees, they're still pretty much frozen. They're crunchy. They're hard to eat. And then you got to deal with their famous cocktail sauce, which that's probably the spiciest thing I've ever consumed in my life. Is that horseradish and that cocktail sauce?
Yeah, it sounds like
peppers.
It sounds like the fucking alien from Signs is like translating everything he's saying.
I don't know what's going on in the back.
Right.
It sounds like District 9 is.
I don't know. I feel like it's getting worse.
Has anybody ever pulled a Buster move, like fucking like eating all the shrimp and then like doing a shot of the cocktail sauce like an asshole?
Yeah,
like a bat flip.
That's a pretty good question.
Flip. That's the bat flip. That is the bat flip of competitive eating.
Well, he bat flipped me. He ate my hot dogs.
Taking
the other guy's plate is a fucking is a beast move. I love it.
That was emasculating.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, his last 2 hot dogs as well. He just grabbed the dogs and just shoved them right down his throat. Hilarious.
That is getting dunked on hard. Like, that is your hot dogs getting dunked on.
1 second. Yeah. I don't mean to run off camera. I know we're live, but let me grab some earbuds. They're across the room.
Yeah, grab some earbuds.
That's
we'll
fine.
Continue talking. We'll wrap up some of the secret show. Now, Stancil, I watched your appearance last night on the Wet Spot, and you had mentioned that you weren't invited on the boat. Oh, you weren't invited.
Right.
Well, Saturday night, you disappeared out of nowhere to go to a bar when there's plenty of free fucking drinks.
I went home. My ride was leaving. I don't have.
You said you were going to Casey's.
I didn't go to Casey's.
Oh, see, that's what we were under the impression is you and
Yeah,
Victor.
you
No,
were
I
saying,
got a ride home with Julio and Polly Castro.
Oh my God.
God,
Yeah.
how was that right?
Well, let's clear this up though. The boat ride was a impromptu last minute thing to get this fucking kid to LaGuardia.
yeah, nobody wanted to drive, or nobody could drive. I mean, obviously Meade could, but
No, I couldn't. I
Okay.
could only drive my boat without
Right.
a device in it.
So we started talking about it because I was laying down. I took about an hour nap, and I heard you guys in the living room talking about taking this gentleman, Caucasian Hunger, to the airport via boat, and I just busted out laughing because I was like, oh, these guys are just kidding around, and then we did it, and that made it 10 times funnier.
And the only reason I didn't go directly to you to come out of the boat because I thought you had told me the night before that you were working the next day. This was the
You
explanation.
did,
here.
yeah, you did leave early, Stancil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there all day. I got to ride.
You didn't eat a lot of hot dogs
I got
though.
a
You could have
free ride
partied.
home. And
Yeah.
I worked all day. No, I was free.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind spot was great. We had Alex and
Barb's made out. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know
saw
how that
that.
night ended up. Gino may have had a great night. I'll just say that.
Oh, Gino fucked both
Oh,
of them.
come on.
I saw
Is
Gino
it-
making out with
anything. I didn't say anything.
somebody
I
on
don't
the
know
couch
what happened.
before the
I
show.
don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Gino and Alex. But last night they did an appearance on Chrissy Mayr's show, and there was a lady there, nice lady named Barb,
Great lady.
who
hung out with the
Stancil
ambassador.
traveled all the way to the city to try to take home, and he just let her go home with Gino. Wow, dude, why are you bombing like that?
The only thing that should be going home with Gino is White Castle at this
Yeah, I
point.
go on a date with Amanda. She dates me. I go on a show with Barb.
She dates Gino.
I don't know. I'm not spreading false truths here. I don't know. I'm just kidding around. I don't know that. I cannot.
Of course.
Not. They were still at the bar when I left.
Right, that's the
Mine is
problem
Gino.
because you
Gino
left.
was not there.
Did
Well,
you work
Gi-
today?
Good for Gino.
Yeah.
You were off
Good for
today, weren't you,
Gino.
Stancil?
I was off today.
The old guys
So why
need
the
to get
fuck did you
something
leave
too,
the
you
bar
know?
when they were still at the bar?
Well, it's a gay reason. I have the dogs here.
You,
But I
you
also have
left.
no money, so it worked out.
Yeah, but you could have just hung out. You didn't have to buy anything.
You could ask me for money.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I would have facilitated. I was literally 4 blocks away.
No.
4 blocks. Stancil.
10.
James,
whatever.
reach out. We got that electronic stuff going on, the Cash App and Venmo and stuff. You know, if you got that, we got your back, bud.
Yeah, we got your back,
Right.
buddy. If it means you getting laid and not becoming fully gay,
Yeah.
That's
then
good.
which I would totally support, and I'd probably bang you. But
I should get my Venmo out there so people can
yes, we need to.
donate to the fuck fund.
We need to donate to Stancil's Fuck Fund. So Stancil,
Yeah.
you get the Venmo out there, ladies and gentlemen, the 9 people watching. We need to.
Well, watching live, millions, thousands of millions would probably
Millions
Yeah.
and millions of thousands. I mean, this show's going to be bigger than Rogies, and we all know that. I mean, we got guys like Smorgasbords coming out
Yeah,
of
we
nowhere.
got George
doing
Chiger
eating
here, and I said
competitions.
Chiger.
Right, yeah, George Chiger, CH. You know, we're
The algorithm
saying Chiger.
might cancel us after this, but
Yeah.
I said Chiger.
Yeah,
It's definitely pronounced Chigger, but it's
Chiger.
spelled Chiger, and that's my Cash App, George.
Yep.
Chiger.
right. It's my
Venmo,
Cash App.
George.
Yeah,
Chiger.
donate for hot dogs, motherfuckers. Donate to Stancil for
Exactly.
dates. Donate to the Smorgasbord for hot dogs.
We're gonna get
Now-
a fuck fund for Stancil going. Let's do
Yeah,
that
we
after
do.
the show.
Yeah, so I can go.
Yeah,
bring-
just change your name on your Venmo so we can promote it.
All right.
Because I already know your Venmo name, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I'll make
But-
it. I'll make one, or I'll change it.
Cum Guzzler 32.
It's Backyard Cum Guzzlers 2002.
Twirly 69.
Twirly may I do.
Oh shit. Well,
All right.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I was thinking about that while I was driving around earlier today. Now, growing up with a name like Chiger, is that your real name? Like, if you rode a school bus, if you did you possibly get made fun of sometimes for that name?
You know, I don't think the kids understood what it was back in the day. You know, I got picked on for having my first name as George more than anything, you know, because Georgie, Porgy, Pudding Pie, all that stuff. But, you know, it's a family namesake. So fuck you all, you know.
you were probably a big boy though, growing up.
Yeah.
right?
I definitely was. I started off small. I was premature, 3.5 pounds. And 3 months early, and my brothers say all the time, like, how did I grow up so big? And they're like, well, we had to feed him every 2 hours, and we just never stopped.
Yeah.
So
I started off small, 3.5 inches, and it ain't gone much from there yet. So still waiting.
But I doubt many people picked on you. I mean, you probably were, you had a growth spurt there, in like high school or something, and you were probably a fucking big boy, right?
Well, I mean, really in grade school, I've been taller than all my teachers pretty much since first grade. I mean,
gotcha.
So you got to fuck your teachers?
Nice.
Rolled into junior high at 12 years old. I was 6 foot tall, 200 pounds.
You look like Jason Scalabrini.
So, but the little guys always like to pick on the bigger guys. But it made me tough. I'm the baby of the family. I got picked on by my brothers and their friends and all that fun stuff. So
now you can just take their plates.
An actual gentle giant.
Did you ever do a pudding pie competition out of sheer vengeance for being made fun of like that?
No, I mean, I might have taken some kids' lunches or something because I was still hungry when I was younger. But it definitely
not the lunch money, just the lunches.
Eating.
The yellow O'Doyle rules.
Yeah, you never took the lunch money, just the lunches, because all you cared about was the food, right?
It's just the food, it wasn't the money, man.
Right. Yeah.
I don't need the money if I got the food. You only need the money if you don't have the food.
Exactly.
Right.
Speaking of, what do you order when you go to McDonald's?
Ooh, very good question.
Oh man, in high school I used to love McDonald's, right? So it used to be like double Big Macs, 40-piece chicken nugget, milkshake. I was probably the only kid, in high school spending $20, $25 on a McDonald's meal daily.
Well, that's what we spend now on just a regular person meal. It's ridiculous.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, it's, but it's changed over the last 30 years.
Where's the dollar menu?
Get, 6 Egg McMuffins and 6, hash browns and all that stuff for breakfast rolling into high school late,
Yeah.
Where were you? Oh,
I was eating, motherfucker.
I was eating some food.
Little do you know, I'll be at the Nathan's competition in a couple of years. I don't need this math. Why do I need this math class?
Yeah, math sucked, but I use, they say that you're going to use it a lot in life, and I guess I use it a little bit to calculate my gallons, my ounces. I almost wish I was a drug dealer because I could figure out my grams and all that stuff, but I'm not. So I'm struggling a little bit in life because I haven't been able to work all the numbers my whole life. But we're figuring out 2-ounce hot dogs, 350-ounce gram buns, all that for our to our capacity of ounces and blah blah blah. So there's a little bit of math involved today.
Sure, yeah,
a lot of math. Stancil, your thoughts on math?
Oh, I hate math. Idiotic. I was told the same things George was told, and I've yet to meet anything I couldn't do without a simple calculator.
Oh yeah.
Fuck math.
I got one of those calculator thingies on my wrist here,
What are those Star Trek space machine watchers?
Better be like
that's what I said during the eating competition. I was hoping that thing was waterproof because by the way you were dipping those dogs, that thing was soaked in the tea. I was like, man, he's gonna ruin his rotch.
No. Got the best I could get, to be able to dunk in hot dog water. Stancil, you're a champ when you're like, oh, it's sweet tea, and then when you went to it, nobody realizes it's hot sweet tea. It's not ice sweet tea.
I didn't realize it was hot till the end. I finally saw the steam come. I was like, is that hot tea?
Yeah, that's what threw me off.
That's a power move.
Gagging came in.
Yeah, because we also didn't disclose this. The hot dogs were never cooked. I mean, I know that's nothing for you, Smorgasbord, but for a guy like Stancil, I mean, he's eating raw dogs.
I was a big, as a young lad, I was known to eat cans and cans of Vienna sausages, which are
did that too.
Sitting there in water. So it's basically the same.
Almost the same thing. Yeah. I mean, the hot dogs are cooked. The pink slime's cooked, to the best that they could cook it, I guess, to get it out there. Flavored great. Nathan's hot dogs are awesome, 100%. But we were able to, we're running behind on prep to make the the cut to get on stage. So it's like, hey, let's just bun these fresh out of the fridge. So they were cold. They weren't boiled or grilled. It's nice. Like this morning,
which I did tell them to boil them prior to this, but we did have a short period of time to get ready. Mikey P was scrambling around doing a bunch of other stuff, trying to keep all the hot dogs out of Alex's mouth. She was looking for those, but we got them on stage and made it happen. I think it couldn't have turned out funnier than it did.
Of course.
Yeah,
And I like
was
the remake
epic,
of it
you know,
too.
Mikey P and you know yourself, Matt, you know, to host the private show and make this happen and pull it off, and to have the food. You know, Larry mentioned, oh, we got 80 pounds of barbecue coming to the show. So I started eating some barbecue before I went on stage, which was delicious. And I'm like, oh boy, I got to eat some hot dogs. I better stop eating some barbecue. And then afterwards, I hammered, you know, that pulled pork and coleslaw you guys had, and Big A's birthday cake. I got a chunk of birthday cake, you know, size my head, you know, at the end of the night. And it was just, you know, it was really just a great, nice little getaway for me to come visit you guys in Connecticut and be able to consume the food and meet everybody and the fans and smoke cigars. And and I didn't give a shit if there wasn't Budweiser there, because that's not my drink. So, you know, you guys had plenty and seltzers online. Nobody pays me, so we're not going to say what I was drinking. But, you know, until I get a seltzer sponsor, you know, I am a fan of seltzer. You know, I don't give a shit, you know, about that. It's 5%. You know, most of that Budweiser and Miller Lite's less than that. So,
you hear that, White Claw?
Yeah,
White Claw.
Fuck yourself. Get with the
you guys could totally call me a bitch for drinking seltzer, but it's stronger than
you'll eat
the American lagers people have been drinking for the last 100 years.
Oh, boy. I drank my first White Claw on Sunday, and I thought I was going to jump off the boat and get shot by LaGuardia police. It tasted so goddamn bad.
I think that is awesome. You guys, you know, ferried him to LaGuardia by boat, and I you know, do you guys pull up to like the Rip Rocks and just like swim for it, man? You know, Alcatraz, here we come.
I've been doing my research about getting people to LaGuardia via water taxi for a long time, and there is a marina, which is one of the sketchiest marinas I've ever been to, but it's literally 2,000 feet from the Delta terminal. So it's just a walking path all the way on the water to get to Delta Terminal. It's perfect. It worked out perfect. We can't thank Caucasian Onger enough for coming. The kid flies out from Indiana for the show.
Absolutely.
So at least we could do is give him an epic farewell, which we did. So that was all we had in mind, and it worked out fine.
Good time. All right, going around the horn. What do you guys think? I'll start with you, Mead. Best moments versus worst moments of the Secret Show this past Saturday.
I mean, I can't really think about a bad moment. Really, I guess Kevin thought there wasn't food somewhere. I don't know.
There was food everywhere.
I looked at the fridge. There was only casserole. I don't eat casserole.
Yeah, he's poking around your fridge.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing
we tried to accommodate Kevin as much as possible, but he had a good time. He'll never admit it. He had a good time. I think
I've never seen him smile more.
One of the best parts of the show, Bob Levy roasting everybody. That was
good.
Pretty phenomenal. But I mean, I think this eating competition was just ranks top. You know, right in the top tier of things that were special about this show. But everybody who came out, we had 75 people, I think, at one point. So that was it was definitely the biggest Secret Show we ever had. So the next one's coming soon. Follow at Secret Show Comedy on Instagram for all the updates. So
that's right. Smorgasbord, your thoughts?
You know,
favorite moment
when Gino got off stage.
That's the show. We're good.
That's the show. Let's wrap it up. We got 2 minutes left. Stance and walks.
I don't know. I mean, everything was great about the show. Like I said, you know, I had a great time getting out there. You know, a personal best of 17 hot dogs in 3 minutes. It was, you know, a good run for me.
Nice.
I had that in the back of my mind today when I was training, when I was going for 25 in my 10 minutes. But I tell you what, the crowd was epic. That was probably the best part. The fans, you know, people that came in from across the country to be there. You know, people drove in from Philly. I drove in from Poconos. You know, a lot of people came up from Jersey. A lot of you know, the comedians came up from the city and stuff, which I know you guys, you know, I guess it's not that far per se, but I don't know. I know traffic was hell. You know, going home, man, I was happy I was heading the other direction because I couldn't believe the traffic. I, you know, drove past heading home. I was like, wow, this is just everyone's leaving the Poconos to get back to Connecticut and New York. And,
Yeah, no, big thanks to all the comedians who do this every time, and we try to accommodate the best we can. I think having guys there like Don Jameson and Kevin and Kevin Brennan obviously is just wild. Never in my mind would I think that I'd have these guys performing in my stupid backyard stage, but
it's silly just to even think about.
Nor would I have Bob Levy sweating bullets playing bass in my living room.
Yeah, him and Pat Dixon just going off making a little band.
We're having a great time. We're just playing
always
bass.
fun.
But these guys are awesome. They come and have a good time, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
Stancil, your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, obviously, goes without saying, the eating competition that was classic. I've already been, and now I get to brag forever. I had an eating competition against one of the top eaters in the world. So
right.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that opportunity, Chiger. Hopefully, I would like to do that handicap match in the future. I'm going to assemble my super team, and then we'll do this again.
Sounds good to me, man. We could do we could recreate that McDonald's challenge you guys did last year, or we could, build a new challenge every time.
Wow.
Let's get some different food out there.
Maybe I can get bigger staff on my team this time. My top moment, I'll go because obviously you guys said the classics, but when the lady fell backwards off of her chair after I think Kevin called her drunk, or somebody called her drunk, and then she fell out of the chair. I love that. Yeah. And then least favorite, I have to say, and I didn't get a chance to bring it up last night because we were just having fun here, but the PDAs between Alex and Gino on your couch,
right?
Near sickening. You're like stretching him out and kissing his neck while stretching his hip, and calling each other baby, but people are trying to eat. God.
People are just trying to eat. They're all over each other on the couch. What's going on with that? It's fucking 2 bedrooms over there. Yeah, one of my favorite moments of the night, though. Hilarious. I think it's fucking hilarious that Tommy from New York put his wife in an Uber so he could keep partying. I think that's just fucking flat out amazing. I'm not done partying here. The comics are still here. You gotta go home.
Okay, don't do cocaine.
Wow. Slip and slide to hot dog competition. Jesus Christ. All right. We're going to have to figure this thing out because it's just going to get bigger from here.
I know. It's going to be insane.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll work on my audio. I apologize for popping. Yeah,
no worries, buddy. All right. We're going to have you on again. Thank you so much for coming on, George. This is great.
We'll have you on.
Thank you for having me on, guys. Thank you for having me at the show.
Yep.
I appreciate it. And, thank you to all the fans out there. Like, share, and subscribe. Go to that Smorgasbord channel. We're trying to upload videos, weekly, when we can. Life gets busy, so we're a little behind, but
of course,
we're trying to get stuff out there constantly for the fans to watch. So go hit subscribe, go hit that bell button, so when we upload, you guys get notified that we have something new out there, something crazy like eating a 7-pound lobster roll or 6-pound steak, or
I want to see a tomahawk steak.
Well, I probably could eat a few of them because those bad boys are babies. They're only 30-some ounces, so I could probably eat 3 or 4.
Only.
So if you guys want to sponsor that, I'll do a tomahawk steak, challenge.
I'm excited to watch you on the 4th, George. Now, can you bet on? Can I bet on competitive eating?
Yeah, I think DraftKings has a whole lineup for us.
Wow.
Now,
wow.
I know Major League Eating's working with DraftKings. We've had several events with them. The Super Bowl, we had a candy bowl. They just did a red carpet thing in Vegas last month when I was down in Florida for sweet corn. But, the first time I was able to work with DraftKings as a sponsor was at the Big Game snack down in Florida. And I went out there for, I was on the undercard for Easy Cheese, that spray cheese out of a can.
Yeah.
So I'm the new Easy Cheese chugging champion of the world. I ate a pound of it in 58 seconds.
A pound.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Now, I don't know if you could tell the story on air, but you were telling me that you chugged an entire bottle of I can't remember what type of liquor it was, but
well, they don't pay me, but it's the one with the goose on the clear bottle of vodka.
Right.
So, yeah, 2019, we're out in Indiana at the Big Ten playoff game. our sponsor, St. Elmo's Steakhouse, one of the best sponsors out there. They throw one of the best after parties, and we have a lot of great sponsors. So I'm not putting any of my sponsors down that work with Major League Eating, but I tell you what, they throw a private after party at their corporate suite at the restaurant. There's filet sliders, there's wings, all gourmet stuff, and they have great beer on tap, and of course they have their own bourbon that we're drinking now. And we were out partying all night, bar hopping after the game. And I was rolling around, Mr. Joey Jaws Chestnut and his crew,
his entourage,
a club for a VIP, rope section, partying in the club.
Shooting
and they
ropes.
kept bringing bottle service, and then I think we got a big magnum of the goose at the end of the night. A couple of the girls made some mixed drinks, and then someone handed me the bottle, and then they rolled around. They wanted the little pour spout back, so they're like, "Oh, here, we need that back." They take that. I'm like, "Well, what am I supposed to do with the bottle?" And someone's like, "Drink it." It chugged it. It just pounded off the bottle. It had to be over, I would say 3/4 of the bottle left. I woke up underneath the coffee table across town. My handler, I guess I would call it, is kicking me. It's like, "Oh, you got your Uber's on its way. Here's your breakfast. Uber's going to be here in 2 minutes. Thanks." I'm like, "Where's the Uber taking me?" "Oh, back to your hotel." Like, I didn't have a hotel. Like, well, they're going to get you to the hotel. You can find your car after that. I'm like, "All right, we'll make this happen."
Good
And
night.
of course, I'm out of town, so it's all about doing more food challenges. So that morning, I went and went out to Mugs and Buns. That's a big staple out there by the racetrack, and they have a pork cutlet challenge. That video's on YouTube 100%, and you can just tell that I'm still hammered in the video. My friend was describing it. One of my fans were there. He's like, "Oh, he came all the way out. He was sick. He wasn't feeling good, but he still showed up, and he powered through the challenge." And I call it Chiger style. If the challenge is small enough, I will double it up. And that challenge is small enough for me to eat 2 of them in a row. And I'm like, I don't want to push it because I'm still not feeling good. And
just soaked up all the liquor.
Oh yeah. So I hammered that. It was awesome. Great food challenge. And, just another one to add to my library of videos.
Nice.
But it's always a good time when I wake up underneath the coffee table. I'm like, all right, that was a good night.
Why didn't I wake up on top? That's so fucking classic. Gotta end it with a classic. YouTube.com/The Smorgasbord, at Secret Show Comedy, at I'm Not Meat on Twitter, at Stancil Jim on Twitter, at Ski Mask Host on Twitter, Instagram. Check it out. We're coming back with it. It's a ski mask summer, motherfuckers. White boy summer. All right. Constantly being released. They'll be back with Sports Show soon.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna do some wild shit just like we did last Saturday and Sunday. All right. You guys take it easy. We'll be looking forward to seeing you July 4th at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Competition. Smorgasbord. I can't fucking wait for that, man.
Thanks, George.
Thank you for a great weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Later, boys.